Hello, Year 7. My name is Mr. Sebastian, and welcome to Humanities. Humanities includes geography, history, and global perspective. Okay, what are some of the key skills that we're going to learn in humanities? It'll be research, where we find out information, analysis, where we examine the information that we found in our research, evaluation, decide what information is important, communication, choosing the best way to share your knowledge and understanding, reflection, think about the things that you have learned, or has your opinion changed? Collaboration, working as an effective group member. Humanities classroom expectations. This is what I expect of you when you enter my classroom. I want you to be prompt, which means you're on time, you're prepared, you've done your homework, and you bring all the right tools. You're polite, you say, "Excuse me, please, sir, and Mr. Sebastian." You're productive, which means we're working in class. You're patient, which means you'll wait your turn to ask your questions. Phones goes without saying. There's no phones allowed in my classroom unless you're given permission to. Your copybooks and digital learning records. This is where you show your records of what you've learned and other work. For today's task, introduce yourself and start your learning record by creating an original artistic nameplate. Gain an understanding of how we can use symbols to express ideas. Use symbols and images to represent aspects of who you are. Who are you and who am I? Where do I come from? I'll show you in a minute how my nameplate will look. This is the nameplate assignment. Here, when you're typing out your name, you can use different fonts, colors, and sizes, what have you. These are symbols, and what do these tell us? This means flammable. These are the Olympics. This means you're laughing, no entry, and a neutral face. Here are some of the things that represent me, which is the football club that I support, which also goes on my nameplate later on. I love dogs. I have two right now, a husky and a Rottweiler. I love movies. I like to laugh. I like to think about things properly and thoroughly. And I am from Denmark, as I mentioned before. As an extra thing to your nameplate, I'd like for you to find out what your flag means and what it stands for, when was it used. Here's all the information about the Danish flag, which is where I'm from, and one of the neighboring countries, just to give you another example. Find two symbols here that represents things that you're passionate about. It doesn't actually have to be these, but these are just examples. Find one symbol that represents the place where you're from. Again, it does not necessarily have to be these, but you can find others. These are just great examples. Here's another place that you like to go but haven't visited yet. Okay? This all can go on your poster or your nameplate, sorry, which you'll be doing on Google Slides. You can use different borders or backgrounds to create your nameplate. It's all up to you. The sky's the limit. Here's an example of what it could look like. This is what mine would look like. This is the flag of my country, a place I'd like to visit. I've actually been before to Hollywood, but I was 2 years old, so I don't remember. That's why I'd like to go again. Two things that I enjoy is watching movies and football. I'm very passionate about especially this club, which is the club where I'm from in Denmark. So let's just go through a checklist here. You want to make sure that your name is on it. So we go back to my nameplate and check. Is my name on it? Yes, Mr. Sebastian. Is there a border or a background? Yes, there's a border around it. Two symbols that represents things that you love doing? Yes, I got that too. One symbol that represents where you're from? Yes, the country, right? The flag of my country is here. One symbol that represents a place that you love to visit. And as I said before, I've actually been before, but I'd like to go again so that I can remember it this time. And again, my name is Mr. Sebastian. I'm from Denmark. I'll be teaching you humanities this year.